anyways, I don't know. I know you have a lot going. So whenever you're ready,
No,
we
it's
get
okay.
started. Get
It's okay.
started with the topic. So basically, right, what I want to get into, I realized that in our right, in our generation, we have a lot of people that want to be in a relationship, but they don't want to build. Being in a relationship for me and building is two different things. You could be in a relationship for God knows 10, 15 years and not have anything built together, right? But
Absolutely,
when
I
you're
agree.
when you have a plan in place, when you're working, both of you, both parties have an objective. Like we see each other in the long run. We are married. We are building on our assets. We are building for our retirement. We are building for our tomorrow. Nobody wants to die in America. Our parents been there, done that, So we are learning from them, and we're doing it right. So I want us to touch up on that. Why are
Hmm.
we reluctant? I feel like a lot of young of us, like us in our late 30s, 40 is knocking on the door for a lot of people. 40, some people already 40. Our generation,
Yeah, I just knocked on 4 deal
but you
well,
don't
not
look
a
it.
few months,
Oh,
about
oh,
6 months ago. So yeah, I'm already there.
you don't look it. The grace of God, you don't look it. If you
Thank
don't
you,
tell it,
sis.
nobody will know. So basically, I have some few pointers. I want us to touch up on that. Okay, why are we not talking about those things that really matter in our relationships? Why are we stagnant, or why are we reluctant to talk about these things in our marriages, in our home, in our relationship? Like, or why are we even getting into relationships that you're not going to build a future with this person? There's no plan. There's no why. So we're going to touch upon those few things. I don't know how long Instagram is going to have us go for, but
Hmm.
I would like us to really open basically with the first point that I have written down, right? And
Yeah.
give me a quick second. Sorry. See, our chat don't long. They don't talk. They don't talk.
So far, are you recording or this is just live? Show and record.
Give me a more. I don't know. How do you record too? How do you
It's up
record?
to you. I don't. You're asking me.
No, I
Hey,
think it
I'm.
would tell you if you want to record after the end of the
Oh, okay, got
yeah, I
it.
think it does that. So basically, your own little, and I please anybody that is watching this, I would like to get you to chime in. We are open to comments. We are open to questions from myself and Basira as well too. What is your definition of situationship and relationship? Let's start with that.
I think first and foremost, we all have to clarify our intentions, right? What it is, what am I looking for? What am I trying to achieve by going into this relationship, right? Of course, everybody wants to get married, you want to be in a relationship, for females, you want to walk around with a ring on your finger, you want that title, but at the end of the day, when the dust settles, right? What are you now walking towards? Like, what is the end goal? What are you trying to achieve in this relationship?
Mm,
And I think we all have to be honest. you know we want something, and
right.
what are we going to do to get to what we want? So sometimes, unfortunately, they're like eating agendas. People are not forthcoming. They're not being honest. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Everybody's playing games and being, deceiving one another. Like, it's really sad out there. But I think the first question is just, what is it? What is it that I want from you? What am I expecting from this relationship? What do I hope to achieve? And then hopefully everybody's on the same page, right? It's not that I'm going into this relationship and I'm like, oh, in 6 months, oh, I want a ring on my finger. In a year, oh, I want us to sign on this dotted line. In 2 years, oh, we're buying a house together. In 3 years, oh, we're having kids. And then your partner is looking like, me, I'm not there yet, so let's pump the brake. But
right,
at the
right,
end of the day, they might be a little bit, reluctant to express their feelings, you know. So at the
right.
end, what do you think they're gonna do? They're just gonna go along. Well, in order for me to shut this babe up, I'm gonna just go along with it,
Mm.
and we're just gonna keep
Keep
rolling with the flow. Yeah.
So,
So,
what would your advice be based on that? We're gonna expand on that. What
hmm
would your advice be to your, let's say, 25-year-old self? your
Oh
25
wow.
year self, like, what would you have done different when it comes to your situation, you knowing what situationship and relationship? Because I believe at age 25, a woman already in her mind has decided that this is the kind of guy I want to be with. This is the kind of marriage I want. This is the how many children I want, right? This is where I want to live. Because at 25, you get excited, right? You get excited like, oh, I'm almost there. So maybe school is over, maybe working, because that's your prime. 25 years old is actually because you're done with school. School is from 18 to like maybe 4 year program, 8 year, whichever way it is. By 25 is expected, right? To be done with school, graduated, and working by age 25. So you're thinking about not maybe not settled down at 25, but you're thinking of it. The plan is to eventually. So you're putting down, okay, well, this is what I want for myself. So from what you know now, relationship versus situationship, what would you tell your 25-year-old self to change? The question is, what would you change? Like for me now, I'll direct the question to me at first, right? Okay, my 25-year-old couple, like, I want 2 kids, right? I want a man that is spiritually like up there, meaning like you're the one that I'm coming to for kind of like maybe prayers. I'm talking about my husband, like you're sound. I'm not the one pulling you. I'm not the one saying, let's go to church, let's go to the mosque, let's go pray. I want you to be spiritually sound. That was my prayers for at 25. Okay, I want this kind of wedding. I want this fabric in my mind. I want these things. But now, being married of over maybe going to 8, 9 years, what
Yes.
I will really, really advise myself is plan for yourself. Make sure
Mm.
you're good. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
Make sure don't you will have
Put
those
yourself first.
put
Mm.
yourself first. Make sure, because if that marriage don't work out, sis, you good. You mentally, physically, emotionally, you're stable, you're good.
And financially, don't
And
forget that. Oh
that you
my God, that's a big one though. Christina just mentioned I'm now single and dating. Sis,
really
we're in the same boat. Well, me, I've been always single, never been married. I'm a single mom. So hopefully one day, if Tolong
not
back
hopefully,
up.
not hopefully, not, no. Hopeful is I'm anticipating that it will happen. It will happen. There's no hopeful. We are children of God, so it will happen, and God is preparing the right man for you. You know, they
Amen.
something. They
Amen.
say
But I'm at peace with it. I'm
delay
at
is not
peace.
denial. Delay is not denial.
Oh yeah,
Just like the
absolutely.
people get married
Absolutely.
and build houses and buy cars and whatever. Hey, I'm a firm believer that when it's your time and season, it's going to be like, God, this is what you have in plan for me.
Yeah. And I'm excited for that
And
because I know
I'm
he's
here
gonna do it.
complaining. How dare I complain? Sis,
Mm.
listen, I want you, maybe I'm going to add you at some point, and just for you to give your own advice and what you've learned. Like, right? Christina, what you learned, what you would do different. I believe you have, like, I think a daughter or two. What you would advise, like, those ones, and what you would do different. Because, hey, you're still young and beautiful. Marriage is for anybody at any given time. Gone are the days where we are like, oh, if you can't get married at 40, you can't get married at 45. That statistics or that stereotype needs to be thrown out. You can find
Yes.
love at any age. Age is
Amen.
like at any time. If once you find your own, you get your own. She three
Oh,
daughters
wow,
and a
she got three
boy.
daughters and a boy. Oh wow. God
God
bless.
bless you.
God bless you and the
God bless
kids.
you.
Oh.
Wow, 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 wow. So, what would you answer the question real quick? So, what would you tell yourself? What would you tell your 25-year-old Bachelor? What would you say?
25 years old Basira. Interesting. Looking back now, to be honest with you, we've been friends for what, 25 years now. Like
Talking
probably
of
over 20,
yours, yes,
a little over 25 years, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Obviously when I was 25, I wasn't thinking about marriage. I was busy trying to lock down on, getting this degree, making sure that, I'm setting myself up for a better future, right? So I'm hanging out with you guys. So like at 25, to be honest with you, like I really, really wasn't thinking about marriage. Like marriage didn't start dawning on me until like officially when I became an RN.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, now I think I became an RN like maybe at 20, I don't even remember myself, like maybe
Or did you
26,
guru?
27 or
Okay.
something like that. That's when it started dawning on me, like, yo, you gotta start looking, but I didn't know that God had a different path for me, and alhamdulillah, like I'm
Right.
telling you, I'm blessed. God is good. I have nothing to complain about. Like, of course, life is not perfect, but looking back, my 25 years old self, like, I don't know. I think um I wasn't thinking about marriage. I mean, back then, as a Nigerian parents will always be like, Omo, you have to start thinking about marriage, yo. You have to start thinking, this person's daughter is getting married, though. You can't be 30 and still be looking, you should have a prospect. So,
Mm.
like, but now I think for like the younger generation, honestly, ah the men out here, they are cooked, though. Along Dari Jimmy, oh God forgive me, they
Mm.
good luck.
Right. So that goes
Every
that's a segue to my next question. So for the men, I'm glad that you touch up on men. So for men that want, they're avoiding the label, like putting the title on it, but they want the loyalty. Your meaning,
mm,
I'll break it down. Meaning, we're not official. We're dating. We're boyfriend and girlfriend, or we are. We've been dating for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. At this point, I shouldn't be saying that we are boyfriend girlfriend because we're living together, or we're doing things that is more of like fiance marriage type things. But they're dragging their feet. They're dragging you along. They don't want to put a title on it of that's my fiance, that's my wife. But you want that loyalty. You want that commitment from me. You understand what I'm saying? You want me to be committed to you as your, like, in my mind, or to the world, we are more than boyfriend and girlfriend.
mm,
Boyfriend and girlfriend can break up anytime. I know work. We dated for so many years. It didn't work out. It is what it is. But when you're getting to a place where it's more like, wow, we're actually committed. We're actually going to plan a future together. It's a different thing. Because now imagining myself and you together in my own world.
mm.
You get up like, I'm imagining you as me and you having children, settling down, but yet you're just dragging me along. You
Yeah,
want me to be loyal, but you're not putting the title. You're not making that decision. When should we, as women, say, you know what, enough is enough? I know it's going to be hard. When do we get to that point as women? Would you say that, you know, let me do this for me, because it's really hard. It's
it
extreme.
is. It is. And this is exactly what I'm saying. I started off by saying that, everyone, like, you need to have a conversation. We need to be on the same both. Like we gotta have a clear, concise conversation as to, like, yo, what do you want out of this relationship? If I'm not getting the title, I'm not getting the ring, I'm not getting what I desire in this relationship, best believe I'm out. Like, out, so
Out, but out. I want you out. Is it easy?
of course, it's come on. Being with somebody for 4 or 5 years and
Right,
expecting to get a ring and be married and be with them, and you're over here cooking, cleaning, playing housewife, going out together. Everybody and their mama knows that you guys are together. Of
right.
course, it ain't gonna be easy. But at the end of the day, if you keep dragging your feet, you ain't going nowhere. It gets harder and
What
harder the
helps you?
longer you stay in.
What helps you make that decision? What will help you
Um,
make that decision?
I think is the self awareness. You, like you said, like, it's about me right now at this point.
Right,
Is this messing with my mental health? Am I able to function because I'm not happy in the situation that I'm in?
right,
Of course, I'm not happy, and that's gonna translate into other things, right? If I'm not happy with the way that you're treating me or
right.
what's going on around me, you're not gonna get the best of me. You're not gonna get the best of me. And if you so-called love me, you should be able to, let's sit, rewind, have a conversation, and see how we can better the situation. If truly you don't want a relationship, you don't want that title, then obviously we are not equally yoked, right? Is that the right Kenny that I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
for?
yeah. No,
Like,
that's the right term. Yeah, we're
yeah,
not.
like we're
Yeah,
not. If that's what you want to do, you want to play house. You can go out there, look for somebody that's willing to do that same thing with you. But
right,
on this end, that's not what I'm signing up for.
right.
And you need to make yourself clear as a female. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just be like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, day in and day out, and you're not making moves. He's not
Mm-hmm.
gonna take you serious. So
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Christina, do you have any questions? You have anything to say? So, what is the difference between emotional availability, like emotionally you're available, and convenience? Like I'm emotionally available for this guy, or at my convenience. What is the difference between two? Because I was recently in a conversation with one of my brother's friends. He's about, I think, maybe 30, and
okay.
he was just asking for an advice, and I'm like, I'm not an advisor, but as my brother, because this is all about, relating to. I will be writing a book if I message. Oh, don't worry, sis, don't worry. We will definitely love, if you eventually write a book. I would love to read it. I would love to read it. So he's debating, basically, not even debating. I guess he's in a scenario of he likes a girl, right?
Mhm.
And because of his ministry, he's one of those guys that he has decided to give himself to God.
Mm.
He has decided to literally walk away from the world and bury himself into God, to the point that his parents were actually looking for him for some time. They didn't know his whereabouts, and by the time he came, I think he went to a school. I think we went to a school, and from a school, he just went soul searching basically. And when he came back, he found himself. So he went looking for his parents. He told them where he has been, and because of his age, he wants to eventually settle down. And somebody at the church is of his liking,
Okay.
and it seems like she likes him as well too. But it's kind of like where I think the girl is still in the mix of 1 foot in, meaning in
And
the
one foot out.
ministry, in 1 foot out. Not in their relationship, because there's no relationship, but in the ministry, in like her walk with God, right? So she's like lukewarm. Let me use the word lukewarm.
Mhm.
Like I still want to party. I still, because I wouldn't say I consider myself lukewarm, but I said God is working on me. Sometimes I go to a lounge, I go party, I go this. As a Christian, should I? That's another question when we get into the religion, maybe another segment, another conversation is, okay, as a Christian, as a Muslim, should I still be going out? Should I still be
Mm.
listening to some type of music? So going back to the girl, she's lukewarm. And he's not lukewarm. He's on God.
100%
You
in.
understand? This is God for me or nothing. So, and he's feeling it in his spirit. He's like, I don't know. There's something. This girl, I already told her what I want to do. Sorry. I told her my intentions, but something within me is telling me like this girl is not ready.
Mm.
So he's emotionally available. He's emotionally available, but he's like, is it at my convenience? Like,
Mm.
yeah, like that's why I wrote that question. Is it my convenience? Would I, if I get with this girl, me knowing that she's not ready yet, what am I setting myself up for? Mind you, this girl is not even about beauty. She has the beauty, she has the look, she has the character, like, humble and all that. But it's like halfway in, halfway out.
As well.
So my question now is, how do you, Mike? He, like, that was when I questioned him. I was like, okay, I could tell what his heart was leaning towards. He wants to approach and keep chasing after her. But I told him, I'm gonna be wrong. I said, no, if God talks to us. If
Yes.
you're feeling it from your heart that I really like her emotionally, you are into her. But that small voice that is telling you, like, chill, just wait. If she's giving you a hard time now that you're not even in a relationship with her,
Mm.
what is it that when you get in, it's like the signs are there, the red flags are there, but because we're so emotionally attached, or we're so emotionally like into it, we don't tell ourselves the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So my advice is, how do you tell someone, or how would you advise yourself to emotionally detach yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally detach yourself at our convenience. Like, this is not it. How would you say you should do it? What will help us? What will propel us? What will aid us to not, going into a relationship that you know that the red flags are there? Don't even do it. But because you know what, emotions is strong. Is really, really strong. How do you kind of like push that, suppress that emotion, or do away with that emotion for you to make the best decision for you, so that you don't sign up for a disaster, basically.
Yeah. So, for me, this is what I tell people all the time. The signs are always there.
Mm,
Like, whether we like it or not, the sign is right here in front of your forehead, like right here facing you. But as human being now, we want to ignore because it doesn't feel good. That's not what we want. That's not how we want to feel, right? Yeah, you know this thing is not good for you, but it's like, let me try it. Maybe eventually this person is going to change. The situation is going to change. She's
right.
going to fall in love with me, and then I can kind of like convince her, or bring her in slowly but surely to be on my side. And this is where we get it wrong as human beings, because I'm telling you, you can't change anybody. Like, if you think you're going into a relationship and you're ready for the battles, like, oh, I'm going to change her. She's not doing this now, but best believe when I put the ring on her finger, or when we get together, she's going to start going to church with me. She's not
Mm,
going to drink. She's going to stop going to the club. She's going to dress modesty. If she's not doing it now,
right,
it's a
right.
clear, Kini, that this girl is not going to do it. Oh, but if you want to take on the task, it is up to you to
Mm,
take on that task. But if the relationship fails at the end, you have nobody to blame but yourself. But a
that's
lot of the time, as human being, what do we want to do? God, you didn't do this for me. You didn't do that for me. Mind you, the signs are like right in front of your face, but you
right,
choose
right,
to ignore. So with this particular young um young guy, I think my advice to him is like, yo, chill out, take your time.
right.
You know what I'm saying? If she wants the relationship, you know, she's gonna make those changes, right? And there's something we call istikara in Islam. Like, as a Muslim, if you want to make um certain decisions that could be life altering, that could change your life, hopefully in a good way, like big changes, like you want to take on a new position at work, you want to get married to somebody, or you want to embark on like a new business or something. There's a special prayer that you have to wake up in the middle of the night to pray, and there's a special dua, which is prayer, that you have to make for God to guide you and show you the sign if this is really for you,
Mm,
right? But the question now is, are you ready for that answer from God? Because the question is, you're asking God, show me the sign. But
right,
once Baba God shows you the sign, are you now ready to accept the
right,
reality? So
right,
that's the question. So,
right.
you don't want to go into a relationship knowing that there's already red flags on the table. I mean, listen, nobody's perfect. Nobody's walking into a relationship all made and, oh, I got it all figured out. No, absolutely not. But at the end of the day, if we're faced with certain red flags, we need to deal with it before we move forward.
I thank you. I appreciate that. Just to go to what Christina was saying, she said, I beg, add me. I have so much to share. Okay, I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna add you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Requested. You have no request. How do you? I think I am. We're still learning this
Thank
Instagram.
God we got a tech baddie here. Cause Kofo, you know me.
Well,
They be
well, well. With the way. Okay, I just invited you, Christina. We'll definitely love to hear from you. Hey, girl.
hey, beautiful. Oh
Hi
my God.
guys.
Hi,
How are you?
Christina. Oh
Longest
my
time.
God. Look
How
at
are you
you.
guys?
Well, we're
I was
well.
about
We're
Yeah.
to
blessed.
sleep.
Huh?
See, I just came from work and I was about to take a nap. My phone alerted me. It was God Himself. I said, I know these two people. So then when you started talking, I said,
Yeah,
this is
so
a this topic is too dear to my heart. I'm
Oh,
telling you guys.
oh, we're
wow.
honored to
I
have
mean,
you. We
I'm
need,
telling you. I'm
yes,
telling you.
absolutely.
I'm telling you. We are very,
you
very
know,
honored.
to be frank, I didn't feel because we're in our 40s, right? I'm 41, right? Um, I didn't think that this was something in our society, not society, but our generation that
Hmm.
was actually a thing still. I just thought maybe because I'm actually dating somebody, he's 7 years younger than me. And I
Hmm.
was thinking it's a difference in mentality
Mm,
because I'm Liberian. He's African American
Hmm.
and he's younger. So I was like, okay, maybe that's why, it takes a little bit longer, you know. But this is
mm.
actually something that's going on with women my age, near and far.
Yes,
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Let me
yes.
Oh.
tell you, this conversation is not. I don't think it's like just any relationship, any age group. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? It's not just get to one age group.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that maturity or life situation shapes our mind, our
Right.
environment, our upbringing. It makes us who we are. So it
Right.
doesn't matter. Of course, some people are more mature at a young age. Some people just like they realize that okay, I saw this growing up. I didn't have a mom and dad household. I grew up
Mm,
with a single mom. This is what
mm,
Mm-hmm.
I want from myself, right? And you see,
mm,
Right.
it's either or nothing. It's either I get this or I am not going there.
mm,
Right.
Right. And of course, some of us, my mom, yeah, my dad is in a picture, was in a picture, but I would technically say I was raised by a single mother. So coming
Right.
from that background, I didn't have that household of mom and dad. So when it comes to settling down, hey, this is what I want. If I don't
mm,
get it, I don't get it. Right.
Right.
mm.
But you're still learning along the way. Because I want it doesn't mean I'm going to get it. How am I
Mm,
Right.
going to deal with it when I don't get it?
Right.
You understand? So at every age, there's this situationship. There's ups and downs. Whether it's younger, whether it's older than you, it's all about up here. How
You're
that
still
Mm-hmm.
gonna
individual
have to
wants
deal
Mm-hmm.
with
to
something.
interact, wants to do. It's all about doing my intentions. At the end of the day, it's my intentions in this relationship. I might be
Mm-hmm.
younger than you, but my intention is to settle down with you and to marry you.
Right.
Mm,
You understand? And it's
Right.
if you know my intentions, we're gonna go a long way
Right.
along
mm,
the line that could be lost based on whatever that happens, but if your
Mm-hmm.
intention
Mm-hmm.
if we're making this plan, it's all about planning. We're just dating. What's the purpose of dating me? What's the
Right.
purpose of me dating you? Where are we going? You're not going to just be having sex and
Right.
nothing else. That's all like when we was in that 1920s where I know, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but hey, age is telling on me. I want my forever. I want to be when the kids are all grown and out of the door. I still want to be shacking with you. I still want to be talking with you. I still want this. You
Right.
understand? So it goes back to what Basel was saying that you have to make it clear in the beginning and stick to it. I want this. You want this. Let's compromise. If you're not going to give it to me, it's okay. I am not for you. You're not
Right.
for me.
mm.
Right.
It's
So
okay.
so I don't want to drag it, but I want to touch on a couple of things because
Okay.
Go ahead.
we mentioned talking to our 20 something year old self. What would you say to her?
Right.
We talked about aspects of like, God being a key role in your decision making. So I want to answer the question first about what would I say to my 20 something year old self. I
Go
know
ahead.
that when I was coming up, because I got married at 25, I was
Oh wow.
married. Yeah, I got married at 25. Igbo guy, you Nigerian people, you guys love me. Um,
You look like
We like
Chioma
something good.
Uzoma.
We
You
like good
look
things.
like, you know,
Hey, do you see
Igbo
yourself?
Igbo.
I Who wouldn't like something good? We Nigerians, eh? Let me toot our own on for a quick second. We Nigerians, we love good things. We love good. That's right.
I
Make
mean, because I was in New York, so I thought it was a New York thing, meeting Nigerian guys. But I
right.
moved away, and a Nigerian guy still found me. So I was like, okay. But anyway, growing up, my mom, my dad lived in New York. He's a Liberian, and then my mom was in in Oregon, and that's why I ended up coming back to the West Coast. But seeing how she was with my stepdad, he's Yoruba. Taiwo is my stepdad. And
Wow.
so, she served him. She, she's the one that cleaned. She's the one that cooked. He was an entrepreneur, very business minded. She was a hairdresser, So I saw two people hustling and making life, two entrepreneurs. So every time I dated, even as a, younger, like in high school, when we were all in New York, I would select my boyfriends according to like status. Like that's what I was
Mm.
looking at. Like, how good are you doing in school? Like, what are your ambitions? Because that's what I always saw and that's what I wanted in a partner. So fast forward, I ended up getting married at 25, and I felt like, oh, I'm 25. It's time to get married. At that time I was in school finishing up to get my cosmetology license. And I got married to this man. He was a great provider. Igbo
Mm.
guy, okay? Great provider for years. He opened up salons for me. I had our kids. I was a stay-at-home mom, and then I was also in the salon. But when it comes to any other aspect of making sure I'm okay, when it comes to your spiritual needs, when it comes to your emotional needs, that was lacking. And because I had decided I'm going to marry, right? You stay committed to that promise of being in this relationship because A, I married you, I said I do, and then two, now we have kids. So our kids are
Mm.
going now from 2 to 3, now we have 4 kids. But as I started to grow individually, Christina now, I was able to separate myself from the title of wife and what that
Mm.
actually looked like. I no
Mm.
longer wanted to be just a wife and a
You
mom.
wanted more.
Right.
I wanted more for myself. What does that look like? Because
Mm.
now I have 3 children who are all girls, and then thank God I have my little boy. But it's like when my daughters see me, what example am I giving to them? Right?
Right. Right.
They need to see what love actually looks like because that's where we learn it first. It's in our households.
Right. The love.
That's where we learn it first.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
And so that's what caused me, among other things, to say, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore because if it's not going to be a healthy
Right.
relationship, I don't want to be in it. And that's where I cut my ties. But now
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm dating, and I've been dating someone for about 3 years now. He has also been married, and we have similar experiences. But I'm all about building. It's like, okay, we've both been married. Now we're both divorced. We have kids. Our kids are watching us. We
Right.
need to start coming together and build.
Right.
But let me tell you guys something. I am not so invested in marriage to the point where I will be with somebody that doesn't know the direction that they're going
Mm.
in.
Because you've been there. You know.
Because you've been there.
You've
I've
been.
been there.
You've been
So
there.
for me, it's like I will actually date you mm, for this thing called love, to be very honest and frank. I will actually date you because my kids get to see how their mother is being loved, right?
Right. Right.
Which is something that I value greatly. I will be with you as you love me properly, you treat me well while you're trying to get yourself together so that we can build.
Right.
But
Right.
in that, one thing I have held on to is my independence.
That's awesome.
Mm.
That's that independent part is everything.
It's everything because when I was married, I told you guys, he had a he opened salon for me. That salon went out the door when I
Mm,
said divorce.
really? Did he take
Mm.
it back or you just gave it back?
He basically tried to turn me into his employee, something that I owned. He tried to turn me into his employee. You understand? So that's something that I vowed to myself. I said, you know what? No matter what, nobody like what Basara was saying. You're not gonna take away my education. You're not gonna take away
Right.
my business, and I'm
Right.
gonna set myself up in a place where I'm gonna be financially stable for
Right.
me and my kids. So,
Right.
I was able, by God's grace, I opened my own salon. It's been running successfully for a year. I bought my own house.
Thank
You
God.
know, I'm
Congratulations.
I'm telling you, I have to
Congratulations.
be an example to my kids. But now
Right.
when it comes to the marriage aspect, I'm like, this guy loves you. It's
Right.
evident, and you love him.
Right.
But he hasn't surrendered himself to God.
Mm.
He has not surrendered himself to God. And until he does that, there's no way that I will surrender myself to him.
Mm,
I can't.
Mm.
mm.
And I prayed that dangerous prayer, Basarat. Me, midnight hour, prayer hour, I'm up. Anything that's not for me, go take it out, take it out, take it out.
Hey, I hear you on that. Let me tell you something. When it comes to that, I'm going to touch briefly on that. When you said that he hasn't fully yielded and submit to God,
Hmm.
I will give personally.
Mm-hmm.
I said, going back to my 25-year-old self, I said that I wasn't looking to get married at 25. It was just that I'm done with school, or school is there, what I wanted for myself in the future. One
Right.
of my prayer requests was, God, I want the person that's going to make my head, I want him to be upright in you. I want him to be righteous. I want him to, like, literally, is God and him. I'm not looking
Mm.
for a pastor, but someone that's going to cherish God's relationship more than me and his relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Mm-hmm.
wanted, because I feel like if my man is righteous with God, we lack nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because
Right.
God answers a man first before he gets to us women.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I used to pray those prayers. I was like, God, I want my husband to be this way. I want my husband to be this way. To the point that I was having resentment and animosity towards my husband. And that's
Mm.
a place where it's like, God now told me in my way of, like you said, God do this, God do this, God do this. God, a man of God told me that you're not God. When he's
Mm.
ready,
Mm-hmm.
leave him for me. You know what I'm saying? Leave.
Mm.
That's my soul. That's my vessel. That's my child. Who are you to tell me
And
what
when he's
God?
ready, he's gonna turn
Yeah,
his heart towards
on his
God.
terms, on God's
Mm-hmm.
terms, and God has a way of bringing His own flock to Him
Mm.
in His time, because He's going to use that flock for His own glory. That's when I step back, like, God, Your will be done. I am
Mm.
not,
Mm-hmm.
as long as I'm praying for him to see, he has the light, but for him to follow, he will do it in God's timing. It's not like he doesn't know God. He knows God,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
he has his reservation based on the things that he's seeing that this so-called men and women are doing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, on God's time and terms, your significant other will follow suit. You just keep doing your part. You cannot bring. They say you could take a horse to the water. You can't
But you
force it.
can't make it drink.
You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
On God's time, that would happen. It's not about, what's doing, no. And we know God because of our upbringing. And naturally, women, we just is like, we're like mother, maybe Mother Jesus or Jesus Mary. It's like you have no choice. The only
Right.
thing that you have is your beliefs, is your religion, is your practice. If you don't do it, is it our husband or your significant other or your fiance that's gonna do it? That's like why God made us the support.
Mm.
You be that support. You keep sowing that seed. When in harvest, you be the one to be like, God, you did
I
it.
thank
Like,
you.
you feel good on his time. And when his own testimony comes, girl. So
I'm,
don't.
I'm laughing because, excuse me, I'm laughing